Okay, so everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is King Sam, and I make motion graphics and graphic design related content right here on YouTube. And if that's something that interests you, please like, share, subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos, and just help me out. Thank you. I'm almost to 3,000 subscribers, and I'll be really happy and really glad if you guys can get me over the edge and let me just hit 3,000 subscribers. So thank you guys. If you know that this video is going to help any of your friends that's a motion designer, a graphic designer, a video editor, this content, this video is the perfect place for them to learn and for them to become better. Sorry, please let me just take a few seconds. My network is giving me a little bit of an issue here. Come on. Okay. So, yeah. I'm back on my Wi-Fi. Okay. So, if this video is going to help, if this video helps in any way, please help me like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about me. Please get me by the edge of how many views, to 3,000 views. Please, I'll be really grateful for that. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to animate this. So in our last video, if you guys don't know, the video is this one here. Okay, let me get my hand in frame. In this video here, I showed you guys how to create the poster by yourself in Photoshop. So it's my step-by-step process of how to recreate this poster in Photoshop. And check out the video right here. Check out the video. This video is actually really cool, and it's going to help you in case you're just a motion designer, an After Effects expert that does nothing with Photoshop, and you just do After Effects. That video is going to help you. You can recreate that poster by yourself in why am I getting lost in Adobe Photoshop? Now in this video now, I'm going to show you guys how to animate it. So we're just going to create this is what we're going to create in this video. So for those of you that are working along with me, you can download the project files of this in my former video. I should have put the project files in this video, but in the previous video that I posted on my channel, you can actually download the project files of this video, so you can actually walk along with me. Can I still edit this so that I can get the project files? Let's see if I can get project files into the video description here. Yep. I really need another monitor now. Come on. Okay, I can't put it in the video description for now. Okay, but I'll put it in the video description. If you want to check it out, the previous video I have, you can see the project files in the video description. You can check it out and just walk along with me. So this is what we are going to try and recreate right here in Adobe After Effects. And for the next few times, you are not going to be okay. Let me take a put my screen here. It's not going to come in contact with anything. I don't think there's anything there, so I can almost reduce it a little bit. So let's see here. Okay, so I'm just going to be chilling out up here for the time being, so that you guys can actually see what I'm working on very well. So first thing I'm going to do is, and if you guys have any question, you can ask in the chat. And if you guys have any other question also, you can ask in the throne room community. It's going to be, I'm going to pay more attention to people in the throne room community first, before I answer any other person that is asking a message, that is dropping a message in the chat. So at any point, if you cannot see my screen, or if what I'm saying you cannot hear it properly, please, you can call my attention to it. This is so that it can be a two-way communication thing. So thank you guys so much. So first of all, I'm just going to drag in my Photoshop file here for the shoes. Now I'm going to drop it inside here. Now I'm going to leave the import kind as composition retain layer sizes. This is really important. Don't mess it up. I've said that word, but you know, I don't want to swear. So click on OK, and it's going to import it. So when I click on it here, it's going to open the composition like this. For those of you that might be wondering why my whole layout is a little bit messed up and or different from yours, is because I detached my what you may call it here. So let me go to something that all of you guys will just see properly. So you are supposed to see it like this. But what I just did is that I moved this outside here so that I can have more space to work here. So I can now reduce this to the size of the shoe. Can we make it a little bit smaller like this, so that I can have more space to work. Okay, I think this is okay. So now that my layout is out of the way and my settings is set, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm just going to start my animation. And let's just start from the most obvious animation, the shoe jumping in. So what I'm going to do for the shoe now is that I'm just going to come here. So this is my vibrance, and this was like my color correction that I did. So I can just shut them off for now because I don't actually need them. I can switch them back on when I'm done with the animation. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to come down to this shoe. This is why you should name your layers. Don't be like me. Name your layers. It's going to help you so much. So now I'm going to open my position property here, and I'm going to make a keyframe on my position. I'm also going to open my rotation property again and make a keyframe on my rotation. Sorry, let's move this back and let's open it up more. So at 1 second here, I'm just going to move these two back here. So around 1 second, I want the two of them to be back here. Now back to the beginning of my composition here, and I'm just going to move this out like this. Now before I do that, I also want my shoe to rotate, so it goes like it's coming in like this. So it's going to come like this, so from here down. So I'm just going to rotate my shoe onto this, facing like this. So if you play it back, you have your shoe coming downward like this. That's cool. Now let's just take this up and let's make it 55. Okay, now for my position, now I can now move this back. Move this back a little bit more, and for just a little bit more effect, we can just drag this up a little bit. So now when you play it back, let me reduce my playback speed so it doesn't so let's play it back again. You can see he has that as if it was thrown in movement. So I can now come down here to the end of my timeline here, and I'm just going to rotate it down a little bit more, so it's now like here. Now play back, now you can see it's still moving after it finishes. So really cool, really whatever you may call it, I totally recommend. Now next I'm going to do is I'm going to select these two here. I'm going to hit F9 to easy ease, open up my graph editor, and I'm just going to adjust it. Let's zoom in a little bit more so that I can get the handle properly. I'm just going to move it inward like this. So now it starts really fast and ends really slow. Move back to the front, select this, and let's move this inward a little bit more. So yeah, I like that. Cool. Now we have that. One of our major animation is actually done. Now for all of these effects that we are going to be doing, we have to just make it a little bit more nuanced. Like for example, this we have to like reanimate a lot of this and maybe like retype a lot of things. For example, this our rotating thing here. So if you look down here, you can see, let's go back here, you can see that this is just constantly rotating like this. So that's what I'm going to create next. So let's zoom out a little bit and let's go and select that weird ball thing. So this is it. So now for the time being, I'm just going to move it into my frame here so I can actually see what I'm doing. And this limited edition blah 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 blah, I'm going to move it here also. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find the limited edition thing, left click, go to create, then convert to editable text. Now I can bring this out and I can just copy the text here. Now go to my text layer. I'm just going to paste it. Now next thing I'm going to do here is that I'm going to get my pen tool like this, and now with my pen tool here, I'm just going to trace around this ball so I can get the shape almost exactly. So let's bring this back. Like this. Sorry, let me just adjust it well. Okay, so now we have done that. You can open here, open text, go to path options. Then on this part here, I'm just going to change it to max 1. So now the text now is going to arrange around that this thing, that what you may call it, that why am I forgetting what to call this thing? So now I can scale it up Now, but as I'm scaling it up now, I have to make sure, Jesus, so I'm scaling it up now, I have to make sure that all these my parts now, I adjust them properly so that it scales up round this thing here. So let's say it like this. So I don't think it's not perfect, but it's gonna work like that. So now I can also increase the size like this. Then I think I'm just going to make it bolder. Now you can see it's small. So for the text now, I can just come back to my text here, select everything, copy, go to the end, space, paste, space, paste. Now you can see it's going around and around and around and around it goes. So next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to work with my anchor points here. I just have to put my anchor point back in the middle. Sorry. Just put my anchor point back in the middle, hold down control so you can get it in the middle of this one. Then for this ball also, I have to make sure that the both anchor points line up. Let me adjust this a little bit more like that. So for this my ball now, I have to make sure that the anchor points line up also. So it's not in the center. I don't think this is the center. I think the center will be somewhere around here. So let's see. Yeah, the anchor points of these two are pretty much in the same place. Let me see if there's any message. Okay, there's no message in the chat. Okay, that means you guys can actually hear me. Okay, so what was I again? Yeah, so this. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a rotation keyframe. So here, make a keyframe here, and here I'm just going to rotate it. I think I will have to rotate it forward like this. Now this is 90. So here now, rotation, I'm just going to parent this to this my rotation here. So the two of them will actually have to rotate at the same time. So let's see that. Okay, I think I need to work on this max a little bit more. Okay, so now as you can see, there's some spaces like this space. Now I don't like this space, so I can just increase the VA so that you can close up this space here. Okay, so now we have this. Now we can just create a new null object, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select these two here, and I'm just going to equip them to the null. Then I'm just going to use my null to reposition the two of them. So I think it was somewhere around here like this. So now I can just delete the null because I don't need it anymore. So if I go back here, you can see it's just rotating about its axis. Let my physics come into play a little bit more there. So I'm coming, let me just, this is the problem with motion design. Sometimes you have to like check some of the little finer details so that you can make it perfect. I don't think it's perfectly round here. I think there's a little bit of an issue. Let's go with 57. Okay, let's do 58. 59 then. 60. I think this will just have to work. So now we are done with the rotation thing. Okay, so now we have this animation like this. It looks cool, it looks amazing. You forgot this one up here, so for this one now you can just delete it if you don't need it anymore. So it looks cool, it looks amazing, it looks fresh. Everything is fresh. Okay. What am I doing? Okay, so next time I'm going to work on this. I'm going to work on my text animation here. So I'm just going to duplicate this, and now here I'm just going to left click, create, convert to editable text. After that, I left click, go to create shapes from text. Boom. Very simple. Now comes the tricky part. So I'm just going to add, I'm just going to select this, my new shape layer here, and I'm just going to type in opacity, and I'm just going to make keyframes on all the transform opacity. Now you can see the stroke 1, fill, and transform. I'm going to make keyframes on all the transform opacities. So for N, so for N here, keyframe on the transform, transform. Now this is our final transform opacity. This one, it doesn't have any letter attached to it. We leave that one blank. Understand? Now I hit U. Now you will just show me all the keyframes I've made. Now I'm just going to this keyframe now, like this, and I'm just going to select all of them. I'm just going to turn all of them to 0. Hope he applied. Yeah, he applied. So for now, let's shut off this one so that we can be sure what we are doing. Now, next thing I'm going to do now is I'm just going to alt click on the opacity here. I'm going to type in wiggle, and just type in wiggle, and I'm just going to write 5 comma 100. So now it means every 5 frames now is going to wiggle, is going to change the opacity 100 times. So you can see it's already working for n like this. So this is now under boring part, where you have to copy this or click this, paste, come here, you can open this, paste. So you have to do this again for all of them. I hope you guys don't have any questions for now. Like, if you guys have any questions, sorry, you can drop it in the comment section. Now some people might be wondering, why didn't I just like make one wiggle keyframe for one opacity, then parent all of them to the single wiggle keyframe for that particular opacity? The reason why I did not do that was because I want them to flicker at different points in time. You understand? I don't want everything to be, I don't want the flickering to be uniform. I want them to flicker individually, so all of them can have individual amounts of flickering. So that's what I want. So I can just hit U and I can close this up because it's a whole lot of wahala. So now when we play it back, you can see we have this cool text flickering flicker thing, flicker thing. Anyone? We have this cool text flickering in animation like that. Now it's supposed to actually stop flickering. It's supposed to actually stop flickering after a particular point in time. So I want that to start after 1 second. So around this point in time, I want it to still be, you know, glitching in and glitching out like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to unhide one of these layers here, then I'm going to delete the next one. So how many are there? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So I just need 2. So the one on top now is the flickering layer, and the one under isn't the flickering layer anymore. So now that I have seen that, once I turn this one on here, so I turn it off, you can see it's flickering. Once I turn it back on, suppose not, I'm just going to do now. I'm just going to come to around 1 second here when this shoe is already finished, and I'm just going to bring this back, open up my opacity keyframes here, the keyframe on my opacity, move it down to around 2 seconds here, and change this down to 0. So let's come here again and let's just make sure that this is actually on 2. So now what you see from the animation now, what's going on here? Oh Jesus, I made the wrong. Okay, so the one up is our flickering animation and the one down is our regular animation. You should like note that. So you don't get into trouble like I just did right now. So I can move the one down back. So you move the one that doesn't flicker back. Open up our opacity, make a keyframe, move it down, change this to 0. Now let's adjust this one appropriately. So now let's check it out. Okay, I think it's happening, it's still a bit too fast, so let's move it down to around 3 seconds here. Let's do that again. So I think 3 seconds is actually a very good place for it to be at. So around 3 seconds here, so we're just having this cool looking animation like this. So that is good, very good. I'm actually happy with that. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make the interaction. I posted a video on my Instagram. Is it my Instagram? Sorry, I posted a video on my what you may call it, on my TikTok, where someone said that this thing, the shoe design, the shoe should be at the back of the shoe, and I made the shoe and the design interact with each other. And I posted a video and I said, okay, what one do you prefer, back of the shoe or let's make it bigger. So I posted a video where I said, okay, do you like it at the back of the shoe like this, or interacting with each other like this? So the eyes in the front and the shoe this, and the ears at the back. Understand, this kind of design. And there were mixed reactions actually. So I'm just going to show you guys how to animate it, whether you pick the back of the shoe or whether you pick the mixed in with the text also. So the back of the shoe's own is very easy to animate. All you just need to do is to find your shoe. So this is your shoe, and you just move it to the top like this. Voila, your design is done and it's at the back of the shoe. So when it's animating, everything shows up at the back of the shoe like this. Bob's your uncle. But if you want to make it to like your design should be like, it should interact with your design and everything like that, all you just need to do also, now this is your shoe here, you're going to put your shoe, you're going to leave your shoe here, but this your flickering layer and your these two here, you're going to duplicate it. I'm just going to move it above the shoe. Where's your shoe? Come on, come down here. Yeah. So you're going to move it above the shoe. Now I think you guys are supposed to know where I'm going with it. Now you have it above and under the shoe. So now if you go back to this our design here, I think it's this one here. If you go back to that design now, you will notice the ones that is at the back of, and you notice the one that is at the front of. So if you say it was interacting with the shoe, it was the I and the L were in front of the shoe, but every other thing was at the back of the shoe. Understand? So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to use my masking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here, come to my max, my pen max here, and I'm just going to go to layer. There'll be two crease marks, this. So now I can zoom in on this, use my hand to like move it up like this, and I'm just going to make a max like this. Like this, and let's come to the other one, so H, and let's cut out my eye also, not my eye in real life, my eye in Adobe. So come down here, I can make little adjustment to this later. Okay, so now let's just make the adjustments. So like this, like this, like this, and like this. Come back here and let's just make the adjustments here again. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to open this layer, open up my marks. I have 2 marks here, copy, come down here to this, and I'm just going to paste it here. So now as you can see, we have our L here. Let's zoom out again. So okay, sorry, let's do that half. So now you can see that every other thing is at the back. Let's on whatever to call it. So now you can see our I and our L now are in front. Now if I go back again and play it like this, we have the animation looking so good, so good. Oh Jesus. So now that I play it back, now you can see the design is looking amazing. It's looking complete. You can see that the I is in front of the shoe and the L is in front of the shoe, but the many of them at the back of the shoe, and you know, amazing things like this. This is why we like After Effects. This is why After Effects is awesome. So I had a suggestion from the group. Let me make myself a little bit bigger here. I had a suggestion from the group, and it was like they gave me this thing, a long process, a long animation process that I'm going to, I should recreate. And I was looking through the process actually, and I've been a little bit busy because, you know, it's a week, like I had a lot of things to do this weekend in particular. But I'm going to get to that. That will be the next long series I'm going to do. We're going to break down that animation, and it's actually a very it's an actual ad, like a very big ad. That's going to be the next tutorial series I'm going to do. So I'm going to break it over a lot of videos, so I can just do it once and just do it once and get it over with. Understand? So that's what I'm going to be doing. Next thing I want to talk about is that as I was animating this, as I was preparing for the tutorial today and preparing for the live class today, I had an idea about doing a Nike advert for this, like doing a complete like social media ad campaign for this particular, I'm using this particular shoe and this particular design. So that is going to be another video coming out really soon. So you guys should get subscribed for that, because it's going to be an amazing video also, you know. And I think I'm not going to break that one down into multiple parts. I can just do a very long tutorial, so I can do it from the beginning to the end, so you guys don't need to be waiting for me. Basically, that's what you don't need to wait like week by week until I drop the tutorial. But the one that they put in the motion design community, actually that one will be a tutorial series, because that one is actually going to be more technical, and I need to show you guys more things. So except I want to make it like a 2 hours video, and I don't think it'll be possible for me, time constraints and everything. I'll have to break down one down. So thank you so much for joining me in today's class. I really appreciate it. Okay, for any of you that is having that want to know how you export it, what you just need to do is Control M, and all you just need to do is give it a name. So output to give it a name. Choose 2, click on save, hit enter. So it's just going to render all the frames for you like that. So that's for any of you that doesn't know how to render out animation. So when it finishes, it's going to you're going to hear a chant like "Pring," like that, and it's going to like show you that it's done. So thank every one of you that stuck around to the end of this tutorial. Wow, it's 9 o'clock on the dot. So this tutorial was actually today's class was actually a very good one. I hope you guys were able to learn. Like, this is making my system lag, so pause. Okay, so I hope you guys were able to learn 1 or 2 things. I hope you guys were able to do that. If any of you guys animate this poster, please tag me on my social media. I'll be glad to hear from you. If you want to connect directly with me, the easiest way to do that, I've said it and I'll say it again, is by joining my motion design community. You can check the video description. I'll add it to the video description after the live, so you can check the video description and say hi, enjoy, post your comments, suggestions, post a meme. The easiest way to get better is by joining a community, actually being with a group of people that actually value your opinion and understand what you're going through. So people exactly like yourself. That is why you have to be in a community. You have to be a group in a group. You have to be part of something that will actually help you to become bigger. I don't know why I'm swaying right now, but I don't know, I actually like it. So that's what I'm going to say for today's video. Love every single one of you guys that joined this video. If you have any problems, you can still drop in the comment section. I'll be getting to each and every one of your comments as soon as I can. So from now to the next video, remember, improve every day, grow constantly, and what? Dream endlessly. Boolaga. I love you guys.